Well, you guys, this is the One Piece King here today again. No new news about Pirate Warriors 4 at the moment. There really isn't. I went to go and check to see if there was anything new. But just that Marine 4 trailer was the only thing that was new at the moment. So, hmm? But technically, I wanted to do another just a random One Piece talk video or a theory video or something. Well, technically, I think the theory's kind of been, kind of just been proven to be true, basically by the whole fandom now, because the reason being, though, is that, the recent chapter and everything of One Piece, which released, let's see, today is Monday, and the chapter, I want to say, released, about 2 days ago, probably. I want to say it released about 2 days ago. Um, yeah, 2 days ago because today is Sunday and the chapter released on Friday. I want to say either Friday or Saturday. But anyway, though, or it did release yesterday because, yeah. But anyway, though, but ever since we got the new chapter released and everything, we finally get to, this is kind of for spoilers for the manga if you haven't been reading, so be warned. Okay, I will put kind of parentheses and everything, spoilers, for this video. But anyway though, moving on. So whenever Odin kind of in the Odin flashback after the Roger crew had disbanded, they all they kind of all went back home. They went back their separate ways. Odin went back to Wano. He got to see his family and everything. He got to see his retainers too. Um, well, not all of them because Izo technically is his retainer, but Izo went off with Whitebeard, so that's how Izo's journey started. Which almost does make me think to do an Izo origin story, but it would kind of be for some spoilers and stuff from the manga itself, though. But the story itself is probably very different than what I imagined it to be. But anyway, though, um, but Odin, he came back and he was so happy to be back and everything because after, 6 years of being on Roger's crew on the journey, he was kind of like, well, I basically discovered what there needs to be about the world. So I'm heading back. Like, we got what we wanted and everything. I got what I wanted too. I got my experience of, my home outside, and I realized that, compare my home, the country of Wano to the rest of the world, his home is like a speck. Okay, like a tiny speck. Like the country is huge, don't get me wrong. It covers up to 5 sections of the country, but it's still like an island and everything, so it's like this tiny little speck on the planet compared to everywhere else they've been, which also are tiny specks too. But he realizes that his world is so small compared to what is out there. But yeah, but so Odin came back and after hearing what happened and everything, seeing what happened around the country itself and everything, since he's been gone for 6 years. He kind of, well, not really 6 years, a bit more than that and everything. Like ever since he left with the with the Whitebeard crew and everything, stayed with them for about couple years or so, then left with the Roger crew and everything, did that, and then 6 years, he comes back, during that. So that's like a lot of years to add up and everything, with the Whitebeard and the Roger crew that he's been a part of. But but anyway though, Odin himself though, he Odin himself, he really, was learning all what happened and everything, and it was because of Orochi, his fault, that he kind of played everyone with this trickery and stuff, and Odin kind of got mad about that, because he saw the factories all over the place, so he got pretty ticked about it. He's like, that's not supposed to be there. Why is there a factory in this country? We never had factories like that in this country before. Like, this country, was supposed to be we do the harvesting, with the crops and everything, and we go and hunt for the animals for food, but yeah, it's like these factories and stuff are never supposed to be there. Like, he's noticing there's problems in the country in which Kinemon and his other retainers try to tell him all what's happened, and he's not happy to hear that. But one of the things that Kinemon says though to Odin is that like besides Ashura Doji, he left to go, with the mountain bandits and everything to, to kind of go and rally up those guys and everything. I think that's what it is that he's rallying them up and, kind of just like he's getting his group back and stuff, but he's gonna have that group fight under him. But it's gonna be like to fight back against Orochi though. So that's why, that's what Doji's doing. He's getting his old men back and everything. Probably ties in back to whenever, yeah, probably ties in back to whenever him and his men, like there was another flashback way back and everything. Again, spoilers if you haven't read that either. Doji kind of tells Kinemon what happened, about like a few years ago during the 20-year gap that, they went through. Not Kinemon and them because they did the jump, but Doji and the others kind of didn't make the jump. They kind of were just like, well, they got to do the jump and everything. We can't do it. We can't all do it. But Doji, though, he goes and explains to Kinemon that, his, like the mountain bandits, his subordinates basically all said, screw this. We're going to go and attack head on and everything because we can't deal with this anymore. We're not waiting, 20 years for this. So they went in their ships to go to Onigashima where, Kaido resides in, to fight back, but they didn't make it. They didn't make it. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they made it to the island, but with the castle, but you could pretty much like sum up the rest of what happened to them. Like they didn't make it. They even yeah, even we get to see the gravestones of all of them and everything. Yeah, they did not make it at all and everything. That's why Doji was kind of just like, what's the point anymore now? Because basically most of my men are gone, and I have to, gather up new ones and everything. Or still some of them left that are still there, that still made it and stuff. They just ran away, but he just didn't want to do it because what was the point? Even if they did have a lot of men and everything, like there's a problem. But yeah, but Doji, whenever but going back to like the flashback of Odin, like Odin's still alive and all that kind of stuff, I think that's what's happening. uh Not like as in detail for detail. I think Doji is like gathering up more of mountain bandits to join him and everything, but when it gets to the point of Odin dying and stuff, that's whenever like they kind of retaliate back and everything. Like whenever Kinemon and the others do the jump, Doji's men and everything a bit later on would kind of be like, we can't deal with this anymore, we're gonna fight, and then that happens. Um, but yeah, so that was with Doji of what he was doing, and then they also said about a year ago though that Denjiro, who was also a retainer too, I mean he still is, but Denjiro went to go and leave, yeah, Denjiro went to go and leave and everything, and he's been kind of like I guess what they call the loan sharking or something. At least what I've seen from like at least what from what I read from and everything from the chapter review of Tekking, which apparently that's what Denjiro does. He does loan sharking, like he's been doing that since the beginning, but but I like to think though that Denjiro is basically taking the money, like he's still basically tricking the mind of the people and everything, like the people that he knows that are like either under Orochi's rule or basically just aren't good people, and Denjiro's kind of like, messing with their heads and basically be like, oh yeah, it's like I'm supposed to be having this much and everything, like I'm supposed to have like this much money and everything because I'm gonna pay you back, for like whatever item that you gave me or I gave you. It's like like it's supposed to be an exchange. They'll never see that money again though. They'll never see it. Um, but yeah, but they said that's what Denjiro's been doing, that he's been basically just taking the money and everything and doing all that, which actually, ties back into the whole, like, is Denjiro the witching hour boy? Because the witching hour boy in Wano is basically this character that goes around and, takes the money from like the rich ones and everything. Basically, Orochi's men, he steals from those guys and gives it to the poor, to the poor people in Curry, so that way they could still get food and live And that's why I'm just thinking like, well, it's like Curry, Curry pretty much is already being stable and stuff, and that's pretty much cool that, this witching hour boy person is doing that. But considering, like the latest chapter that we got of what Denjiro's been doing, yeah, that pretty much just sums up already that Denjiro is the witching hour boy. And a lot of people were suspecting that it was gonna be him, and I was like, it's like, yeah, witching hour boy could be Denjiro because, realizing that we got this Odin flashback and Denjiro is and Denjiro is basically like, doing the stuff with the money and everything, like he's been doing it way before. Um yeah, and basically to sum it up and everything with like what Kinemon said about a year ago before Odin came back, Denjiro left to go and do that. He's been going around the country and everything, kind of stealing, money and kind of, giving it to the other, like parts of the country out there and stuff, the people that really need it. So that's why, Denjiro most definitely is the witching hour boy. Probably might get an introduction, of him whenever we cut out of the Odin flashback, because I think in the next chapter or two, the flashback is basically going to end. We're finally going to, cut back into the, original story timeline, and there you go. Um, yeah, but basically that really summed up that and everything that, Denjiro is the witching hour boy, though. Um, but the like another theory I wanted to go and come up with and everything, and I don't think anyone's ever said this before. They like a lot of people were kind of suspecting Apu to be the witching hour boy, and I'm like, Apu is like, yeah, the way how Apu does the whole skip thing, but thinking about it, like, why would Apu be the type of person to go like steal money from the people that he's already working with and everything? Because Orochi and Kaido are like cahoots together. So why would Apu be stealing from the rich people that most likely are working under Orochi to, give to the poor people of the country that they basically are ruining? Like they're ruining Curry, they're ruining Hakumai, Ringo, like they're ruining all the regions that used to be perfect, they're ruining all of them. Why would he give money to those people and everything just so they can get, just so they can get it stolen again? I don't think Apu is that much of a, kind of a weird psychotic dude and everything. Like Apu seems to be the type of guy that would be like, yeah, I'll go and, like we'll go and fight. I'll go and, show off and everything, but, I already know who you are, that you're really the strong person, so I'll do one attack, and if it really doesn't work, which most likely it won't, I'm gonna dip because I already did my thing. So I'm gonna dip, and yeah, we're never gonna see each other again. Definitely what he did back with Kizaru and everything. That was not a smart move, Apu. That was not a smart move, dude. Um, you know, but speaking of Apu, though, the theory that I had for him, though, since he's working under, the Beast Pirates, the crew, like, since during the time skip, probably, that he started doing that. Um, Apu, we haven't really seen much of him, or even, like, heard much of him, like, not much, really, and everything, so a lot of people are kind of like, what's Apu really doing and stuff, like, what's his position? And, I would like to think that Apu himself is probably a headliner, but he's like a special type of headliner, though, that, there's these groups and everything, that would guard the factories and everything, which explains why a lot of the Beast Pirate members are all guarding, the factories all over the country. Um, Apu, I would want to say, is definitely this person called a tester, or basically labeling out his whole group called the Testers, in which they go and make the smile fruits and everything. And when they go and make the smile fruits, the good ones, at least it's like a test sort of. Like basically, I think they had to go and really grab a scientist for this one and everything. So they probably might have some people really good with the science part of it stuff. Which would also explain why would they need Caesar, because Caesar would be smart enough to detect of which smiles are the good ones and which smiles are the bad ones, like the ones that have the bad effects on them. So I don't know if they're gonna make Caesar, like if they're gonna grab Caesar back or something, like if they found him and basically like, yeah, we're gonna grab this guy and everything. Like Caesar, Caesar came back for Wano and stuff, and basically he's, in the group cahoots with apoo, and Caesar's whole thing is that he's supposed to be making sure that all the smile fruits are the good ones, for the members that haven't, for the gifters that haven't been, eating the fruits yet and everything. They'll become gifters, whenever they have that. But for the bad effects, though, they'll give, to the poor people in the country somewhere. Like, they'll throw it all to them, making it to where they have their worst nightmare to smile forever. Um, but yeah, but that's what I thought Apu's whole group was that, basically they were called the testers, and that's what their whole job is that they have, like, the fruits are still being manufactured, and they're still being developed and everything, and they're even being transferred to, Wano itself. But since the factory back in Dressrosa is destroyed, yeah, that's a problem. So that's probably why they have backup factories on like in the country somewhere to still manufacture, the fruits and stuff. But it's kind of like a main problem though, that if it's not making as much, that's why they're probably just gonna be like, okay, it's like we need another location to kind of do this and everything. Like, Dressrosa cannot be touched anymore. Doflamingo already lost his position. That dude's done for. We don't need him anymore. So they're like, okay, like they're really just thinking out, and they're just like, okay, it's like, what if, just bear with me here. What if we go to like some random one though, and hopefully find somebody we can trust there, possibly someone that is also a famous name out there, but we can trust them, collab together, and then, basically we can get our production of the smiles working again, because like we already had the factories and everything in Dressrosa. They're completely destroyed. It's all gone. So that project is gone. And then, the SAD or the SAD chemicals are, with with all that kind of stuff too, with Caesar's laboratory back in Punk Hazard, gone. So what are they supposed to do? But I like to think though that there is another lab and stuff that they have as a backup and everything, because I think Kaido was smart enough to know that. It's like, yeah, it's like bringing up the possibility that somebody would destroy my factories and stuff. Like, I still wouldn't like it and everything, but we still would have a backup and everything, and it only would do like 50% of the production compared to what, the other one that we have, like in Dressrosa there, that would do like complete, like 100 to give us a lot of what we want. So, it's like we probably have a backup somewhere, we're gonna have a backup somewhere. Like, build another one somewhere, please. Um, which made bigger question and everything. Not really sure where it is and stuff, because well, I mean, the only speculation and everything, at least the speculation of a theory I can really throw out, is the Kibi region, because we haven't really seen much of the Kibi region at all. Like, we never even went there. The only like places we ever went to, was Udon, Curry, the flower capital, the flower capital, which is basically like in the center. We went to Hagumai for a bit and everything. Looks pretty good and everything. And then Ringo, which is basically a snowy, like kind of a snowy wasteland. I wouldn't say wasteland. I'm pretty sure it has like some towns and stuff somewhere, but Ringo is like a snowy area and stuff, like the snowy part of the country. Um, but Kibi we never really seen and everything, so I would like to think that Kibi is where, you know, like Apu and the rest of the Beast Pirates, the group of them are called the Testers, and they have stationed the base right there. Probably have another factory producing the smiles and stuff, like the main production of it in Kibi somewhere, and basically like if I see something like that and everything, I'm just basically gonna be like, yep. Like Apu like has his own little base area and everything somewhere in that region and stuff, and sure enough, there's a factory. The huge smile factory is right there. They got another one, as a backup, but it's like, it's not like a huge production of it. Like it do like 50% of, producing the smiles, but compared to like what Dressrosa was doing, it was producing loads of them. Like within a snap and everything, it would produce them and stuff, just instantly getting a lot of them, and shipped out to Kaido and Wano there, but with the 50% though, that would kind of be a problem because it's like, okay, we might need to speed this up and everything. Either we need to get another factory somewhere else and everything, whether if it's going to be a really good one or not, we got to get our production back up again. Like, I don't know if they would have time for that because the Wano War is about to start, so they're kind of just like, I don't know if we have time for this. It's like, this is bad. Like, we need to do this and everything so we can create more gifters to create a bigger army. Plus gathering more people on our side would be also a good thing too. But this is bad. Like Apoo would probably be stressing out a little bit, like, this is bad. It's like, oh man, my whole thing fell apart now. It's like, here I thought I would have been safe by Kaido's hands and stuff, but like, once the Wano War happens, Kaido gets beaten up to a pulp. Dude is like, lying there on the floor, just all bruised up and basically probably covered in blood too. Apoo would definitely just be like, once he notices that and everything, probably from like, either from like a visual, like they got the transponder snails and stuff just kind of like, viewing the fight, and Apu just watches that and sees that, and he's just gonna be like, okay, plan B, I'm out of here. It's like, I did what I had to do and stuff, so I'm out. But I'm pretty sure Apu would meet his end and everything whenever he tries to leave, because Kid is not gonna be done with him yet. Kid's more like Kid is gonna Apu. He's gonna flat out just kill him. He's gonna kill Apu right there. I'm gonna be like, Apu, you kind of deserve it. You were a traitor, all right? Like you had that alliance with Kid and Hawkins, and then when your quote unquote boss showed up, you trying to act afraid, like, uh-oh. It's like, we got, instead of targeting Shanks here, we got Kaido here and everything, and I didn't expect to see him so soon. It's like, hi, boss. It's like, how you doing? It's like, kind of like Kid and Hawkins and Killer all look back to Apu and everything. They'll be like, boss. It's like, oh no, please don't tell me this was like a double cross now. It's like, maybe. And then, that whole thing starts where Apu basically says, like, yeah, I basically gave my boss here my location and stuff. Like, he knows where I was at. So, either bow to him or, you all meet your ends and everything, which won't be fun for you, you know? In which Hawkins obviously was kind of looking at the probabilities of him winning, the chances, and he's like, yeah, I'm joining with him. I'm joining with him. I'm sorry. It's like, I'm out. But Kid and Killer most definitely with, the Kid crew, they stood their ground and they were like, no, we're not joining you, screw you, and they lost. Don't know what happened to the rest of the members of the crew. I would like to think that they're probably either trying to lay low, they're in hiding, which would make sense and everything because they're trying to lay low and hiding, but they're trying to get their boss back, like they're trying to get the whole crew back. Either that or they possibly already are like in the prison as well, in the Udon prison, and Kid's trying to get them all back. Which I don't know about that one and everything. I would like to think they're still laying low somewhere. Because Killer is okay. I know a lot of people that are anime watchers and everything. Like, if you are, you're gonna hate me for this one. Like, if you're still watching this video, regardless of the manga spoilers, you're gonna hate me for this. So, in the recent episode and everything, because, I mean, of course I brought up the whole Denjiro thing and stuff, like, I don't know, whenever it was bringing up the switching Hour Boy and stuff, it was showing more of a ninja figure and stuff, which I know it was, supposed to make it where it's, like, not so noticeable, like, oh my god, like, this person has, like, a long ponytail and everything. Denjiro has a long ponytail. It's like, yeah, I wonder how you'll add that up, you know? But, no. They made it where he was, like, a ninja-looking character and stuff, so there's no way you could tell who that is. By the way, though, Toei, you did a great job by doing that part and everything. Good job by making it so mysterious. No one's gonna figure out who that is. We know who it is, but for the anime watchers, they don't know. But for the recent episode, besides the Witching Hour Boy's, first name reveal and everything in that episode, There was also another character though. He's actually a danger to the Wano society. To basically the people of Wano. He's a danger to them all. And he's called Kamazo the Manslayer. To be fair though, I mean this was released on the manga later on, like way later on. I think it was also, yeah, it was also released, like it was also shown in Act 2. So I would say give about like almost 5, 7 episodes really. You're gonna see the reveal of who this guy really is probably. Um, I would like to say even more episodes than that, probably like 10. I would like to say like almost like 5, 7, or 10 episodes. You're gonna actually see the reveal of who Kamazo really is. Um, but if you're still watching this and if you're an anime watcher only, sorry for making it suspenseful. Kamazo is killer. That's right, I said that. Kamazo, the Manslayer, is killer from the Kid Pirates. Alright? He's not wearing his mask and everything. They took his, helmet mask that he likes to wear and everything, took it away, and he's like stuck, like smiling and laughing because they fed him, one of the smile fruits that did the bad effect on him. Kid notices this too, and he's mad. So, yeah. Hopefully though, there's like Chopper's gonna find the cure to fix that, so that way Kid and Luffy could kind of not be enemies. Like they still will be rivals and stuff, but like Kid would kind of respect Luffy because it's like, look, if you don't like your friend smiling or laughing and everything, I understand that and stuff, but like let us try to help you first and everything because your whole crew's been basically decimated. They're destroyed right now, alright? Like, we're gonna help you get back up on your feet here. We're gonna help, but like after that and everything, we don't really expect much, like either a thank you or something, but you could be on your way, you could kind of be on your way and stuff, and Kid would kind of be like, yeah, it's like I don't really want to owe you one anyway, so yeah, it's like thanks for trying to help us out, you know, because most definitely though with Killer though with his smile and his laugh, Killer even like himself doesn't like it. Like he's never liked it ever since he was a kid. That's why that's why Killer has always just been like, dude, it's like I need a mask, man. I don't like, my laugh, my smile. I don't like that and everything. My face itself looks ugh. It's like, could I please, can I please get me a mask or something to cover up my, my face? And then there you go. I should really create a Killer origin story. I should really do that, but probably gonna wait till after the Wano arc is done because I feel like the Kid Pirates gonna make a comeback and everything. Most definitely at Apoo. Most definitely at him. But they're definitely gonna make a comeback and basically gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna team up, with Luffy's group. I'm gonna team up with those guys. But after that, though, and everything, we can all go our separate ways. But I got a little business somewhere, somewhere else and everything, because I know a little rat that's gonna run. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna go and get him. Okay, is that cool? Because if not, we can start our fight here when this is all over. It's like, no, you can do whatever you want after we're done, dude. Like, I don't really want to fight you because after we're done fighting this guy and everything, like, we're good. We're good. We already got what we wanted. It's like, yeah, good. It's like, yeah. Like, fight ends, he goes, chases after Apoo way before he leaves. Like, Apoo's about to leave on his ship and everything. He's probably got his crew there with him, and it's like, yeah, guys, like, we gotta dip. We gotta dip now, alright? Like, we gotta get out of here because the whole thing fell apart, And I have a bad feeling someone's already gonna be chasing us on this way. And of course, Kid's gonna be like, giving him the death glare from like a distance, and it's gonna be like, yeah, you're right. Somebody is gonna get you. I wonder who that is. And then, Apu is either gonna get bruised up and beat up to a bloody pulp really bad, or Kid is just flat out just gonna kill Apu. In which a lot of people are probably wanting that and everything, because Apu is more like, Apu's probably afraid for his life right now after doing that and stuff. He's probably just like, okay. It's like, if everything falls apart, I gotta go, like, way before it gets any worse, like, I gotta leave. So, that's gonna be apoo doing that and everything. But yeah, I just wanted to throw out that theory there and everything. I did have a few other theories and stuff, but that probably might come in different videos and stuff. But I did want to throw out that one and everything with Apu having his group being called the Testers, and possibly Kibi, the area that we haven't really seen that basically has probably another factory sitting there and everything, but its production of the Smiles is not like a huge production and everything compared to what Dressrosa's been doing. So yeah, you kind of figure that basically, Apu's kind of running that and everything. He's trying to boost that up and everything, and probably most likely trying to get it to where, other parts of the world and everything are kind of, either covered with factories too, producing more Smiles and everything for them, so that way they could still have an army growing. Um, but at this case, though, since the Wano War, like I said, is beginning, Pooh, you might need to really reconsider and start running right now, because you won't have this chance to run and everything after the war is done. You're gonna be done, dude. You're gonna be. Oh my god, okay. Apu's gonna. Apu, most likely is not gonna make it. Apu's gonna die. Okay, Apu, is probably gonna be cut off of the supernova list and everything. He's not gonna make it after this war. It's gonna be done because, most likely, either Kid or Hawkins is most definitely just gonna be like, you know what? You don't have your little, Master Kaido anymore. You don't have him. It's like, true, me, like Hawkins here, I did follow under him and everything because I wanted to survive and everything. But since he's not around anymore, and you kind of led us into a trap, might as well do the honors of just, you're gonna go down, buddy. You're not gonna make it. But Kid would probably be the one most definitely delivering that on a poo, most definitely. Um, the on-air pirates are definitely gonna be disbanded at that point and everything, and Kid's just gonna be like, good. I got what I need and everything. Now I'm gonna dip. I'm done with this. You know? Kid is just gonna be done with that. He's just gonna be like, I'm done. I'm out of here, dude. I'm flat out just done with these people. And so, Kid leaves and everything. Hawkins will leave too if he wants. And it's like, alright. Basically, that's it. Everybody kind of is doing their own thing and stuff. Everybody's leaving. And then, Wano itself will be a good country like it used to be back in many years ago, and but it would have a different policy to basically opening up the borders, making it to where anybody could come through and stuff if they want to. So there you go. But anyway, though, this will be the end of the video right here and everything. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, leave a like on the video, and comment down below of your thoughts of this theory and everything, and possibly, what more, what more to discuss really and everything. If you have a question of, a possibility of this happening, or this happening, some stuff happening, I could probably do a discussion about it and stuff. I could probably do that. I would be like, interesting, because I remember I did get it was a comment and everything by a good friend of mine and everything, which he also found my theory to be very interesting and everything, but he also had a theory of his own, which I really hope to do a collab with him on this one and everything. Me and him will kind of collab with each other in a video together, kind of discussing about this. But most definitely though, it was Devil Fruits already having hockey, already in them, embedded in the fruits themselves, the powers already give you hockey. And I kind of found that interesting. I was like, you know what? There's a big possibility that might be the case and stuff. Of course, any normal human in the world can learn hockey and everything. It's just there's only one certain one you can't really learn. It's more like you got to be born with it. Either born with it or really have the most powerful will, ever. At least I think that's what the standards are for the Conqueror's hockey and stuff, is that you gotta either be born with it or that you gotta have a really powerful will. And, like we've only known like a few many of Conker's hockey users, and it's like, well, I mean, a lot of them fit the details and everything, and there was even a character that I found really depressing that didn't even have it and everything. And I thought he would, and that was Garb. Because of the Beaver Card data book information, Garb does not have Conker's hockey and everything, and even after some stuff has, been changed and everything by Oda himself with the data, with the Viva Card data book and everything, nothing has changed about that with Garb at all and everything. Garb does not have Conqueror's Hockey, and that's why I'm just like, that is ridiculous. Garb should definitely have it. The dude is powerful as crap and everything, plus he's a D. I'm not saying all Ds basically should have Conqueror's Hockey and everything, it's just, there's some of the, there's basically some that should basically, there's basically some that should basically have, the will and everything. Garb definitely has, the will of being free, basically, like having the freedom of, not wanting to follow orders and everything. He wants to be a ruler himself. I'm not technically being a ruler though, but it's like Garb wants to follow his own path and everything because, actually, surprising enough to say, though, and everything, this is also spoilers from the manga and stuff. I know I should be ending this video, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna talk about this little thing right here. Garb, way back in the day, whenever, he was kind of training himself up to the ranks and everything, they were trying to give Garb the Admiral title so many times, and he refused it and everything. They were trying to give him, the title and everything, the promotion, but Garb kept refusing it because if you become an admiral, you got to actually listen to the celestial dragons and everything. And Garb thinks those people are nothing but idiots. He doesn't even care about them. He thinks all of them are just scummed idiots that basically think that they're the true rulers of the world. And Garb is just like, boy, I would love to just give y'all a knuckle sandwich and everything with your little bubble heads. It's like, I would definitely love to do that. But if I did, yeah, the Marines can, basically have me, instantly executed right there, so, I can have the thought about it, but in all reality, though, if I was ever given the chance to do it, this whole, system and everything falls apart, or it starts, sort of falling apart, meaning, if, the Marine system and everything doesn't have to follow the government orders anymore, that basically that the Marines could do whatever they want to the dragons and everything. Garb, you most definitely bet will have fun with that. He would definitely be like, yeah. It's like, well then, starts cracking his knuckles. It's like, guess I get to do, my little idea after all. It's like, which one of you wants to have a knuckle sandwich? I can see him doing that and everything. The whole system starts falling apart, and Garb's just like, well, time to go, free roam and everything with my fist of justice. It's like, bam! It's like, I give, my fist of justice to y'all. This is my justice. Bam! But I still find it pretty sad that Garb doesn't have, Conqueror's Hockey and everything. Sengoku was given the Conqueror's Hockey, and I was like, well, I mean, dude also likes having his free will too and everything, but Sengoku kind of went up the ranks and stuff. So, I don't understand how he could have it and everything. Sengoku will have the free will and everything, but a lot of it, a lot of it basically pertains to him having, basically having it to where he's like a leader. Sengoku's always represented as a leader. They loved Sengoku as a leader. But, it's just in some parts of it I don't understand because, Sengoku most definitely would not want to go and listen, to the Celestial Dragons. He doesn't want to go and listen to those guys and everything. He understands what they're all about, but it's like, does he really want to listen to them and everything, even to this point right now? I don't think Sengoku wants to. He would be more like, it's like, why do we have these idiots again? It's like, why do we have them? But Garb most definitely, he's already questioning those guys and everything. He's just like, why do we have them again? It's like, can't we just, kind of just tell them to back off, go away, because they got their little castle to be happy in and everything, but going to all over the world and kind of just getting away with whatever they want, it's like, no, That doesn't sound, good. Like, nothing sounds good about that and everything. That's so corrupt. But, yeah. I guess that'll be the end of it and everything. But, yeah, again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave a like on the video. And, yeah, just comment down below and everything of your thoughts of this theory. And possibly if you have any other theories that you would, probably want my opinion about and everything. Just saying, if you want to or not. But, anyway, though, I will see you all in the next video and everything. Hopefully, it would probably be covering more Pirate Warriors 4 news and everything if we get any. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one.